What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, shout out to the brother Aram for once again showing love with a donation to the channel via the PayPal. Much respect to you for showing love to Too Raw for TV. Okay, so the Phoenix Suns finished the season extremely disappointing 36-46. Last year they were 49-33, which, considering the hype of the big three of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, that was disappointing. This was just a disaster, a terrible disaster, which led to the firing of NBA championship coach Mike Budenholzer. And that is what, the second year in a row that an NBA champion coach has been fired by the Phoenix Suns and been scapegoated for really what is the faults of somewhat due to injuries, but also due to a lack of leadership among the players and guys who just aren't getting it done, okay? Especially on the defensive side of the ball. So let's talk about Kevin Durant here. Because I've said this before, and I don't know if everybody's been paying attention to what I've been saying here. I'm just not impressed with the statistical output of some of these guys now. Yes, these guys are ballers. Yes, these guys are the best in the world, et cetera, et cetera. But let's be honest, man. Taking the defense out of basketball has super inflated these numbers. Okay? People talk about the 1960s being inflated, but those players, were playing defense. They were playing defense. And that's obvious by the field goal percentages. These guys, despite the fact that they're taking, per team almost 43 point attempts per game, are shooting a significantly higher percentage than the teams and players collectively. The players and collectively the players' team did just 10 years ago. Definitely 25 years ago. Because it's just easier to score, right? Look, Kevin Durant has shot over 50% from the field for 12 consecutive seasons. This past year, he averaged almost 27 points. Well, this season, I should say, that's now ended. He's averaged nearly 27 points, I think something around 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And I think his splits were something like 50-40-90, just about, or 50-40-88 or something like that, right? Great statistical season. But these numbers are misleading to a certain extent. I've said this before, and I don't know if a lot of people have heard this. Did you know that Kevin Durant's percentages, efficiency, and per game stats are more impressive after the Achilles rupture than they were during his prime? And does anybody think, when watching Kevin Durant, that he's a better player now than he was when he was playing with the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Golden State Warriors? He is not. He is not better. It is the era. Part of it's the era, man. Part of it is the era inflating these guys' stats. Look, Steph Curry is going to go down as one of the greatest shooter the game has ever seen, right? Did you know that of the 15 career 50-point games that Steph Curry has had, 10 of them have come after he has turned 30 years of age? Now, you could argue Steph has gotten better over, the second half, or definitely the first 4 or 5 years of his career. But some of that is, too, it's just easier to score in today's game. That's largely why LeBron James is still putting up numbers he's putting up today. And there's other players you can put up there as far as, these guys being, putting up numbers in this era. But if this was just 15 years ago, some of these guys would come off the bench. But let's focus more on Kevin Durant here, man. This guy has no excuses for not getting it done. Okay? No excuses. This guy is playing with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker, and was coached up until basically the end of the season by an NBA championship winning coach in Mike Budenholzer, who is, whether or not he has his faults as far as tight rotations or being very, very stubborn as far as changing his coaching philosophy or strategies during the regular season. For the most part, Mike Budenholzer has been an excellent regular season coach. So something seriously had to go wrong here as far as why this team has failed. It doesn't make any sense, man. Steph Curry has somehow led his team to the playoffs with basically Jimmy Butler, and who was just a half-season acquisition. Kevin Durant has had all these stars. Before that, he was playing with James Harden. Before that, he was playing with Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? He had briefly Ben Simmons before Ben Simmons totally fell off the face of the earth. He's playing with all these great players. In OKC, he was playing with Russell Westbrook, right? Playing with all these great players, but he can't get it done. He can't get it done. There's no way anybody can argue that this is a top 10 all-time player. He is not. He is not better than Larry Bird. He is not better than Kobe Bryant. He does not belong in the pantheons of top 10 players. I don't know what the hell Stephen A. Smith was smoking when he made that ridiculous statement about this guy being a top 10 player. He simply is not. Period. You got to take these stats and these numbers these guys are putting up in the context of the era that they're playing in. DeMar DeRozan is going to probably wind up with more career points than Jerry West, possibly more career points than Dominique Wilkins. Hell, he could, depending on how long he plays, could wind up with 27,000 or more points. Do we really believe that he is that good from a standpoint of comparing those numbers to other all-time greats? No. I'm sorry. These guys are not on that level, bro. And they're good, but they're not all-time greats. And KD is not an all-time great to me. He's good, but not an all-time great. When I say all-time great, let me say this before people have a apoplectic stroke when I'm saying that. What I mean is, when I say all-time great, I'm talking about top 10, top 15. He is an all-time great in the sense that he's a top 50 player, probably top 30, but maybe top 25, maybe. Top 10, top 15, hell, top 20. No, he's not. I don't think he's better than Karl Malone. I don't think he's better than Charles Barkley. You give Charles Barkley, when he was in his prime, two other solid Hall of Fame or All-Star level players, he's going to the finals every year. And probably winning a couple of titles. Karl Malone went to the finals with John Stockton and Jeff Hornacek 2 years in a row. Kevin Durant has had all this help and hasn't won 50 games since he played in Golden State. Nah, he gets smoked for that, man. Tired of this. I'm tired of people picking and choosing when they want to hold some guy accountable. This guy only had success when he basically joined the super team, and that's it. And no matter how I feel about Draymond Green, he damn sure won't lie when he said we was winning before you and we'll win after you. They used Kevin Durant. They used him. You know? And now what's probably going to happen is this dude will get traded to another team. He'll be gifted another super team, and people gonna just act like, he ain't losing. He just gets to lose, and you get to ignore it and shit. But Giannis, you know what I'm saying? won a championship in the last couple of years. People ignore that title. He literally put that team on his back. Him and Chris Middleton. This dude, man, come on, man. Please. And it's the same dude that said, allegedly, don't put Giannis in the same sense for me. No, you're right. You don't belong in the same category as Giannis. You're a front runner. You're a bus rider, like Charles Barkley said you were. And you Mr. Sensitive. Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.